Imagine waking up in the morning with a clear plan for your day. You have important tasks to complete, goals to achieve, and maybe even some time to relax. But then, a friend asks for a favor, your coworker needs help with something that isn't your responsibility, or someone invites you to an event you have no interest in. You don't want to do it. You know it will take up your time and energy. But instead of saying no, I can't, you say okay, sure, even when you don't want to. And just like that, your plans are ruined. You feel frustrated, exhausted, and maybe even a little angry at yourself. You think, why do I always say yes when I really want to say no? The answer is simple. We are afraid. Afraid of disappointing people. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of looking selfish. But what if saying no was actually the key to a better, more productive life? Successful people know this secret. They protect their time like it's their most valuable asset, because it is. And if you don't learn how to say no, you will always be stuck doing things that don't help you grow. So, how do you say no without guilt, fear, or regret? Let's find out. Why people struggle to say no. Saying no should be simple, right? But for most people, it feels almost impossible. Even when they know they don't have time or don't want to do something, they still say yes. But why does this happen? Let's look at the main reasons. Fear of disappointing others. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to say no is that they don't want to upset others. We all want to be liked and accepted, so we agree to things even when they inconvenience us. The fear of making someone feel bad or letting them down forces us to say yes when we really mean no. Guilt and social pressure. Many people feel guilty when they refuse a request. Society teaches us to be helpful and kind, so saying no sometimes feels selfish. If a friend asks for help or a family member needs something, we feel obligated to agree even if it's not convenient for us. Wanting to avoid conflict. Some people don't like confrontation. They worry that saying no will lead to an argument or make someone angry. To avoid any tension, they take the easy way out and just say yes, even when it's the wrong choice for them. The fear of missing out, FOMO. Sometimes, people say yes because they don't want to miss an opportunity. Whether it's a party, a business deal, or a social event, they feel that saying no means losing something valuable. But in reality, constantly saying yes to things that don't matter can take away time from things that do. Not knowing how to say no. Some people struggle simply because they don't know the right way to say no. They don't want to sound rude or disrespectful, so they agree instead. But learning the right way to say no politely and confidently can change everything. Saying no is difficult because of fear, guilt, and pressure. But the truth is, every time you say yes to something unnecessary, you are saying no to your own time and priorities. Learning to say no is not about being selfish, it's about protecting your energy, focus, and mental peace. So, how can you say no without guilt or regret? Let's find out. The true cost of saying yes too often. Saying yes may seem like the right thing to do. It makes people happy, avoids conflict, and sometimes even makes you feel helpful. But have you ever stopped to think about what it's costing you? Every time you say yes to something unnecessary, you are actually saying no to something important. Let's look at the true cost of saying yes too often. You lose your time. Time is the most valuable thing you have, and once it's gone, you can never get it back. When you say yes to too many requests, your time gets filled with tasks that don't help you grow or move forward. Instead of working on your goals, you are stuck doing things for others, things you didn't even want to do in the first place. Increased stress and burnout. When you agree to too many things, your schedule becomes overloaded. You rush from one task to another, trying to keep everyone happy. Over time, this leads to stress, exhaustion, and burnout. You feel drained because you are constantly putting others' needs before your own. You miss out on important opportunities. Every unnecessary yes is a missed opportunity for something better. Imagine if you had said no to that unimportant favor. Maybe you could have spent that time learning a new skill, working on your dreams, or simply relaxing. Successful people protect their time because they know that every yes should be meaningful. You lose control over your own life. When you say yes too often, other people start deciding how you spend your time. You become a people pleaser, always putting others first while your own priorities take a back seat. Instead of living life on your terms, you become stuck doing what others expect from you. It affects your mental and emotional health. Constantly saying yes can make you feel overwhelmed and even resentful. You might start feeling trapped, frustrated, or annoyed at the people who keep asking for your time. But the truth is, they're not the problem, you are. You are the one who needs to set boundaries and say no when needed. Saying yes too often might make others happy, but it can leave you feeling exhausted, unfulfilled, and out of control. Your time, energy, and mental peace matter. Learning to say no is not about being rude, it's about valuing yourself and making sure your life is filled with things that truly matter. So, how can you start saying no with confidence? Let's find out. The power of saying no. Most people think saying no is a bad thing. They believe it makes them selfish, rude, or unhelpful. But in reality, saying no is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. It protects your time, energy, and mental peace. When you learn to say no in the right way, you take control of your life. Let's explore the true power of saying no. You take back control of your time. Time is limited. If you say yes to every request, meeting, or favor, you will never have time for your own goals. But when you start saying no, you free up time for what truly matters: your personal growth, career, relationships, and happiness. You reduce stress and overwhelm. Saying yes to too many things can lead to stress, exhaustion, and burnout. You might feel like you're always running around, trying to keep up with everyone's demands. Saying no helps you set boundaries, so you don't take on more than you can handle. You gain self-respect and confidence. People who say yes all the time often feel powerless. They allow others to control their schedule and decisions. But when you start saying no, you show that your time and priorities matter. This builds self-respect and confidence because you are making choices that benefit you. You earn more respect from others. Surprisingly, people respect you more when you know how to say no. If you always say yes, people might take you for granted. But when you set boundaries and stand up for yourself, they see you as someone who values their time and makes smart decisions. You focus on what truly matters. Every yes you say takes time away from something else. When you say no to distractions and unnecessary commitments, you create space for the things that truly matter: your dreams, your health, and your happiness. Saying no allows you to focus on what will make your life better in the long run. Saying no is not about being rude or selfish. It's about protecting your time, reducing stress, and focusing on what truly matters. Every time you say no to something unimportant, you are saying yes to something better. So, how do you say no politely and confidently? Let's find out. How to say no effectively. Saying no can feel difficult, especially if you don't want to hurt someone's feelings or create conflict. But learning how to say no in the right way can help you set boundaries, protect your time, and gain respect. Here's how you can say no effectively while staying polite and confident. Be direct and clear. Don't overcomplicate your response. A simple and clear no is often enough. You don't need to make excuses or give long explanations. For example, "I appreciate the offer, but I won't be able to help this time. No, I have other commitments." Use a polite but firm tone. Your tone matters. You can be polite while still being firm. If you sound unsure, people might push you to change your mind. A confident tone shows that your decision is final. Offer an alternative if you want. If you want to help but don't have time, offer another solution. This way, you're still being supportive without saying yes to something that doesn't fit your schedule. For example, "I can't do it today, but I can help next week. I'm not available, but maybe someone else can assist you." Don't apologize too much. Many people say "I'm sorry" when they refuse a request, but this makes them sound guilty. If you keep apologizing, the other person might feel like they should convince you to change your mind. Instead, keep it simple and confident. Use the broken record technique. Some people won't accept your no easily and will keep asking. In this case, repeat your response in the same calm and firm way. This is called the broken record technique. Example: them, "Come on, it won't take much time." You, "I understand, but I really can't help this time." Them, "Just this once?" You, "I appreciate it, but I have to say no." Practice saying no. If saying no feels uncomfortable, practice in front of a mirror or with a friend. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Over time, you'll feel more confident in setting boundaries. Saying no is not rude, it's a skill that helps you protect your time and energy. When done correctly, it makes you more respected and in control of your life. Start small, stay firm, and remember that every time you say no to something unnecessary, you are saying yes to something that truly matters. Real-life examples of saying no. Saying no can be challenging, but it is an important skill that helps you set boundaries and protect your time. Let's look at some real-life situations where saying no is necessary and how to handle them effectively. Saying no to extra work at the office. Imagine your boss or a colleague asks you to take on additional work when you're already overloaded. Instead of feeling pressured to say yes, you can respond like this: "I'd love to help, but I already have important tasks to complete. If this is urgent, maybe we can find another solution. I don't have the capacity to take this on right now, but I can assist in a smaller way later." This response shows that you value your time and workload while still being professional. Saying no to social events you don't want to attend. Sometimes, friends or family invite you to events that you don't feel like attending. Instead of making excuses, you can be honest while remaining polite. "Thank you for the invite. I'll have to pass this time, but I hope you have a great time. I appreciate the invitation, but I need some rest this weekend." This way, you decline without offending anyone. Saying no to borrowing money. It can be uncomfortable when someone asks to borrow money, especially if you don't want to lend it. Here's how you can say no respectfully. I wish I could help, but I'm not in a position to lend money right now. I have a personal rule about not lending money, but I hope you find a solution. This keeps your boundaries clear while showing empathy. Saying no to unnecessary commitments. People often ask for favors, whether it's joining a committee, helping with an event, or volunteering your time. If you don't have the time or interest, you can say, I appreciate the opportunity, but I have to focus on my current priorities. That sounds great, but I'm already committed to other responsibilities. This response helps you avoid unnecessary obligations without feeling guilty. Saying no to family pressure. Family members may pressure you into doing things you're not comfortable with. Instead of giving in, you can set boundaries like this. I understand your concern, but I have to make this decision for myself. I love and respect you, but I need to do what's best for me. This approach shows respect while standing firm in your decisions. Saying no is a powerful skill that can transform your life. It allows you to set boundaries, protect your time, and focus on what truly matters. Many people struggle with saying no because they fear rejection, guilt, or disappointing others. But the truth is, every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something important. Learning to say no doesn't mean you are selfish. It means you value your priorities, your energy, and your personal growth. Whether it's at work, in relationships, with friends, or even with yourself, setting clear boundaries leads to a more productive, stress-free life. Now, it's time to take action. Start practicing the art of saying no today. Reflect on your priorities, what truly matters to you. Identify where you need to say no. Are you overcommitting or feeling drained? Practice saying no confidently, use polite but firm responses. Stay strong against guilt or pressure. Remember, your time is valuable. Challenge yourself, over the next week, say no to at least one unnecessary commitment or distraction. Notice how it makes you feel and how much more time you gain for what truly matters. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's take control of our lives by mastering the art of saying no.